Hello, my name is Joanne Lockwood. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the inclusive culture expert with See Change Happen. And I want to give you a quick introduction and taster session, if you like, to understanding trans and non-binary inclusion in the workplace. Are you ready? Let's go for it. So why does it matter? Why does it matter? Well, many trans and non-binary people do not feel safe being themselves at work. Research shows that inclusive workplaces perform better with high engagement and retention rates. We know this. So I'm going to touch on key challenges and steps towards meaningful trans inclusion in your workplace. Okay? Did you know 52% of trans employees still hide their identity at work? But we know workplace inclusion improves engagement and retention. Yet, we forget that small changes create big impacts on culture. That's where you come in. But often it's a lack of knowledge that can lead to unintentional harm. So this session is just a starting point for deeper learning. Are you okay? So let's think about some of the everyday barriers that trans and non-binary people face. And there are many, especially in the workplace, for being misgendered, using the wrong pronouns, wrong titles, to struggling with inclusive policies that are written without trans people in mind. And that can be from bathrooms, toilets, restrooms, changing facilities, or just the language used in everyday policy or the workplace. These barriers can create significant stress and exclusion. So, let's just summarise some of this. So, misgendering, deadnaming, lack of gender-neutral facilities, bias in hiring and career progression. These lead to exclusion from workplace culture and policies that do not reflect the diversity of gender in our modern society. Microaggressions. You may have heard of this term. They're the unseen problem. They may seem small, but they have a huge impact. Even well-intentioned comments can reinforce exclusion. So being aware of our language and assumptions is a key step towards allyship. Are you ready for that? So let's think of some microaggressions that happen all the time. The first one, you don't look like a woman. And that invalidates someone's identity. Or someone says, what's your real name? So that's an example of deadnaming. Or it's just a phase, right? That dismisses someone's identity. Or we don't need gender-neutral toilets, do we? Which is exclusionary. Or worse, I'm fine with trans people, but. It's the but that is the harmful disclaimer. But gender identity is deeply personal. It's different from gender expression, which relates to outward appearance and behaviour. And also, using correct pronouns is a simple but powerful way to show your respect. So let's talk about some of those terms. Gender identity. It's how someone internally understands their own gender. Gender expression. How someone presents their gender externally to the world. Transgender. A term for people whose gender identity differs from that assigned at birth. Non-binary. A spectrum of identities beyond the male and female. Pronouns. They matter. They reflect and respect identity. And of course, attraction. Who we love and who we want to be intimate with. Let's talk about allyship. What is allyship? Allyship is an ongoing journey, not a one-time action. It means actively supporting trans and non-binary colleagues, learning and advocating for change. So how can we go about becoming a better ally? Well, the first step on this journey is educate yourself. Learn about trans experiences. Use inclusive language and respect pronouns. Speak up against discrimination. Support inclusive policies and practices. Listen to and amplify trans voices. Let's talk about the power of small actions. Because as I said right at the beginning, even small changes can have a huge impact. By challenging harmful language and advocating for inclusion, we create a workplace where everyone, and I mean everyone, feels safe and valued. So here's some examples of how you can take small actions. Introduce yourself with your pronouns. Challenge transphobic jokes and comments. Ensure your HR policies are inclusive. Support your trans colleagues in meetings. Amplify them. And most importantly, share what you learn with others. Advocate. Right, let me ask you 4 questions. Just to test your knowledge and see where you are in your own journey towards becoming a better trans ally. So question 1. What is gender identity? Is it a person's outward appearance? Their sexual orientation? How someone personally experiences their gender? The gender they were assigned at birth? What do we think? What is gender identity? That's right. It's how someone personally experiences their own gender. Well done. Question 2. Why are pronouns important? What do we think? Is it they are a personal preference? They reflect and respect someone's identity? They make communication clearer. Only trans people use pronouns. That's right. They reflect and respect someone's identity. And also, in certain situations, they can make communication clearer. Okay, question 3. What is an example of a microaggression? What do we think? Is it, you don't look like a woman? I support trans people. Everyone should feel welcome here. We have a gender-neutral policy. That's right, you don't look like a woman. It's invalidating someone's identity and reducing them down to a perception, not understanding how they are, how they identify. Well done. Okay, question 4. Last question. Doing well so far. What is the role of an ally? Is it to advocate for and support trans colleagues? To stay neutral in conversations around trans inclusion? Only speak up if asked? Or assume you already know enough? What do you think? That's right. Advocate for and support trans colleagues. Well done. That's the way you're on your way to becoming a good ally. So now what? Now what? What do you reckon? Well, thank you for watching, but this is just the beginning. Please remember, trans and non-binary inclusion starts with awareness, and then it's about taking action. So ask yourself, how are you going to act? ACT. Action changes things. Thank you.